spread and stop moving, and servo go. Death Knight's personal if you need.
Nogi right man,
Come on, please.
Nogi right
I'm on my way.
Watch out, watch out.
Coming. Shut up.
Snowboarding.
Hello and welcome to Day 8 of Warcraft Radio's coverage of the Race to World First, Sanctum of Domination. My name is Mr. Miles from It's Always Sunny in Stormwind, and I'm here to talk about the exciting and sensational highlights of Day 8 and the long-anticipated conclusion of the Race to World First, Sanctum of Domination. Coming right under the wire before the NA reset, we have a winner. Defying all odds, Echo has claimed World First Sylvanas for the EU and broken the winning streak of US-based complexity limit. Day 8 was an abrupt end for many in what has to be one of the tightest races in the history of the event. A huge congratulations goes out to Echo for an outstanding performance during the race. The Banshee Queen met her match in just 7 days and 176 pulls, less than 3 hours before the first NA weekly reset. Complexity Limit has come in second place, defeating Sylvanas 13.5 hours later and after a full day of reclears and heroic splits. To many of us watching, Day 8 felt like a continuation of Day 7 with no end to distinguish the 2 days. Limit continued raiding long hours into the night and finally decided to end their day after several frustratingly close wipes, the closest of which was 45.44%. Another heartbreaking pull was going very well when one of their healers disconnected, causing a wipe at 51.5%. Limit pushed on until after 2:30 a.m. local time, but ultimately realized the team was too fatigued to continue on. They went to bed as the EU was beginning their day, knowing full well that they may awake to find Echo had taken world first. Despite the close rivalry of the two raiding guilds, Limit's GM and raid leader Max wished Echo well and commended them on their playstyle. In a tweet, Max said, "Gave it everything we had, so we can live with that. Very fun trying to meet that check. Wish we had more time to do it. Whether Echo kills or not, GG, you all played insane this raid, waking up in a few hours to blast her to oblivion." Echo woke up with a feeling of relief that the Queen still lived and began their assault on the Banshee Queen again. After a grand total of 176 pulls, Echo took out Sylvanas just a few hours after Limit went to bed. For the rest of the race, it was a massive battle uphill to see who could bring the Dark Lady to the light of justice. Let's take a look at our standings at the end of the final night on July 20th, 2021. In first place is Echo with 10 out of 10, followed by Complexity Limit, also with 10 out of 10. Then we have BDGG, Method, Pieces, Aversion, Impact, and Fat Shark Yes, all still 9 out of 10. Aversion, Impact, and Fat Shark Yes all completed their Kel'Thuzad fights today. Aversion after 32 pulls, and Fat Shark Yes after 36 pulls, putting them up against Sylvanas. Aversion and Fat Shark Yes both attempted only one pull against the Banshee Queen today before calling it a night. With the EU set to reset tomorrow, these guilds will all be in a good place to begin their reclears, having all completed Week 1 at 9 out of 10 bosses. North America hit their reset today, so our NA guilds had to start over and spend the day working through their mythic reclears. Surprising no one, Complexity Limit continued to lead the pack and encountered few resistances in their second time through the Mythic Raid. The changes to Kel'Thuzad did not seem to have much an effect on them as they quickly made it through the penultimate boss a second time. Limit then decided to revert to heroic splits again before proceeding back to the Banshee Queen. The team was in good spirits, however, and continued to prove how much they enjoy raiding.
I was like, yeah, he's probably just trying to explain that his class is bad. He's like, no, dude, I'm just...
6 isn't moving.
No one is doing 6 at all. We're gonna wipe. Let's go.
I don't have the debuff. Someone else has to do it.
And we're actually gonna wipe.
This is good.
This is nice. We're definitely not gonna wipe. Let's fucking go! Let's go, baby!
After completing the second run-through and their heroic splits, they returned to Sylvanas with an average item level of 242.5, an increase of about 3.5 item levels from last night. This drastic increase in item level allowed them to come in today and take her out with just one attempt. Their total pull count was 213 attempts, only one of which was needed after reset. BDGG also began their reclear of the Mythic Raid today. While they didn't move along quite as quickly as Limit, they're still proving why they are one of the top guilds as they progress through bosses for a second time, bosses like Painsmith, who is still causing a block for many guilds. In Asia, the fight continues on as Skyline and Acer both killed Fate Scribe Rokalo today and began their assault on Guardian of the First Ones. With their first reset still 2 days away, they have plenty of time to continue pushing through the conclusion of their first week. GTN, Hong, and Alpha are still facing the Wall of Painsmith. This concludes our Day 8 and event coverage of the Race to World First, Sanctum of Domination, brought to you by Warcraft Radio and Chaos Gaming, and powered by Raider.io. On behalf of all of us here at Warcraft Radio, I want to thank you, the Warcraft community, for allowing us to be your news source for all things Race to World First. We will be returning later this week for an overview of the whole race, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and enable those notifications as we have a very exciting Race to World First interview coming soon that you won't want to miss. We will also return next year for more coverage of the Race to World First. I've been Mr. Miles from It's Always Sunny in Stormwind, the podcast where we cover everything under the Blizzard Sun. You can find us on Twitter at Sunny Stormwind and myself at Mr._Miles TV. Now remember, never adventure alone.